I wore the tiniest bikini on vacation just to tease him, and his reaction in the hotel shocked me. I don't understand when teasing became a problem in a relationship. I don't know why my boyfriend would take things personally when I did absolutely nothing wrong. Look, I'm not stupid. I knew what I was doing when I packed that bikini. I had no plans to swim or tan. It was just to mess with my boyfriend, Noah, to make him support and understand me. But then, it ended badly. We've been dating for 3 years now, but that guy doesn't act like he's really into me. A bit about Noah: he's the quiet and calm type. He never raises his voice, never gets jealous, and never even flinches when other guys check me out, and that drives me insane. A little possessiveness wouldn't kill him, right? I just wanted to see him react. So, that's why I did what I did, and it was shocking to me that he reacted that way, acting like I was the problem when he was truly the problem in our relationship. Before the vacation, we had several encounters where he clearly stated why he never gets affected when other guys were checking me out, but I still don't want to agree that he should act that way, even when he is so sure that I am truly his. At least he should show that he is human and can feel a little bit. That was all I wanted, but this one showed no emotions. Sometimes when this happens, I get angry and think that he doesn't like me enough. Every man who loves his girl would react at least, even if it's in the tiniest of ways. But my boyfriend doesn't, and this annoys me always. Even if Noah has made his intentions towards me known and clear in different ways, I wanted to doubt him. I wanted to believe that he doesn't love me, and maybe there was another reason behind our relationship. The thought of this sometimes ruined my mood. I remember our very first anniversary. He made a reservation at a very luxurious restaurant. That was one of the things I liked about Noah. If he wants to go big, he goes all out, despite his calm and reserved nature. The anniversary celebration was actually a surprise, and I think that's what really made it magical, until it wasn't. I didn't even believe that I was ever going to eat in such a grand and classy restaurant. I always talked about it, mentioning how much I wanted to be there. I never knew he was listening and getting to be there, and even eat their mouth-watering meals melted my heart. I felt very loved and special, given the fact that I didn't even need to ask him. This is one of the sweetest things Noah has done for me. I can't even list out others because he has done a lot, and thanks to him, I was able to experience a lot of things in life and have a lot to brag about. That was when he got mad and asked me what I was expecting him to do. Was he to go fight the guy and ruin the moment like I was ruining it? Then that flared me up. I shouted at him for accusing me of ruining the mood when I did nothing. I was so mad that I started yelling at him and told him to act like a man, and that he was a coward. Only cowards acted that way. He shook his head and thanked me for making that night the most memorable ever. I knew he was being sarcastic, but I didn't care about his dumb joke. I told him he was a crazy guy, and I was so done with him. Then, I grabbed my stuff and walked out of the door. To my disbelief, Noah didn't come after me. He didn't even try to stop me from leaving. He just watched me leave and then shut his doors. Who does that? If he truly loved me like he said he would come after me and beg me, but this man didn't. He slept peacefully that day, I'm sure, while I was crying throughout the night. That's how our anniversary was ruined. I mean, who would believe a man who claims he loves you when he ruined our anniversary, and didn't even try to fix it or see if anything can be done about it? I was the only one disturbed, and that's why I feel like I was the only person who truly loved him, and he never did. I felt like the relationship was one-sided most times. I felt like he kept me around because of how beautiful I was. I was just a show to boost his self-confidence because he loved the compliments people showered on me and on us anytime I was with him. I thought that was why he kept me around, but I didn't mind. I love him, and he did nice things for me, so that was enough to stay in the relationship. But that night, it really did hurt me, and I think that was our very first real fight. The next day after that, I waited for his calls, but he didn't call. He didn't text, nothing at all. So that means he clearly didn't love me enough, because how was he able to stay throughout that day without speaking to me? That's not even possible. No matter what, when a person loves you, they would want to talk to you always. So, I bet you can see my point now. But since I was the only one in love, and I couldn't help my feelings of being drawn to him, I decided to go meet him the next day after staying a day without him. To my surprise, when I got there, Noah was listening to music and playing video games. He was not even mourning our relationship that was almost not in existence anymore, and that showed how much he didn't miss me. I was so annoyed, but I couldn't walk away. Again, the next thing that broke my heart was when he asked me what I was doing at his place, and he thought I said I was done with him. I broke down crying, telling him how much I hated that we were not on good terms, and that I really loved him and couldn't stay without him. But I didn't know about him, and how he was surviving without me. I added that I was just so angry that night, and that's why I made that statement, and I took it back. He smiled and said, "Okay, noted." When I was about to get angry at him for uttering just that as a reply after everything I said, he proved me wrong by standing up. Then he hugged me tightly and told me he missed me and that we should never fight again. I loved how his words made me feel, but his actions absolutely did not mirror his words. If he had truly missed me like he said, he would have come running to me. But that was that, and we moved on with our lives. Although he did take me out and buy me whatever I wanted just to compensate for the ruined day, and I was happy. The thing is, Noah can be sweet when he wants, and that was only when he wanted, not when I wanted him to show me how much he loved me. But I am not complaining. I'm just saying he should learn to understand his girlfriend better and be supportive of her and her actions. Isn't that what love is all about? So I'm not wrong at all. I wished he did show me that, and then all of this wouldn't have happened at all. It really wouldn't, and everything would have been avoided. Another thing I also didn't like about Noah was that he didn't let me show enough skin whenever I dressed. He let me wear short things, though not too short. He said it shouldn't be too revealing, but I love to show. Shouldn't that get every guy excited, except for Noah? He was not happy to see me shine with my revealing clothing. He said it brought unnecessary attention, and also that he didn't want me to showcase parts of my body that should be only for him to other guys. I mean, he said that but didn't act like a jealous or possessive guy. For once, I don't mean possessive in a bad way, but his personality is contradictory. Being a little jealous when guys admire your girl is needed in every relationship. When you act numb, it becomes very annoying, like you don't like the girl, just like I'm not his. Noah didn't want to hear that. He said he flaunted me on his social media accounts and everywhere he goes. His family and friends know about me, and how much more do I want him to proclaim that I am his? I know he was trying, but he wasn't trying enough. And our second big fight was over a revealing dress I wore for a friend's birthday. I mean, I have beautiful skin, so why not show it? Everyone going to the party was going to be dressing all beautiful and sexy, and I wasn't going to be left out. Who dresses to a birthday party looking like an ugly duckling when you have a choice to wear whatever you want? After the party, I called Noah to come pick me up. When he arrived, his expression was enough to let me know that he didn't like what he was seeing, but he didn't shout or complain. So I bid my friends goodbye and got into the car. The journey home was awkwardly quiet. When we got to his place, he didn't even ask me about how the party went or if I enjoyed myself. Rather, he started talking about my choice of dress and how badly he hated it. He even made a fuss over the videos of me from that party that were posted on social media. He said the videos painted me as a loose person, and he disliked that for me. I know he made all of these clear before we got into a relationship, but at least he should learn to adapt. I was comfortable in the dress and was looking all beautiful. The best he could do was to lose control and drool at the sight of me, just like every other guy. It's not a bad thing when your girl looks good and happy, right? But Noah wouldn't agree, and that's how we argued that night. Throughout, at one point, he even snubbed me. He said he was not going to exchange words with me, and when I was done talking, I should sleep because it was late at night, and I was meant to be sleeping and not ranting. Thankfully, we moved past that phase. So we didn't have a perfect relationship, and it was full of hiccups, thanks to the boring Noah. Then one day, I suggested a vacation, and Noah accepted. He booked the trip, paid for the hotel, and made sure we had private services. I was living my dream life, and I was so happy, too happy, and I wanted to shake Noah out of his boring self. It was something I had already planned, though. That's why I packed the tiniest bikini ever. I wanted to tease him and gain a reaction from him. This was going to be the way to do that, but I didn't know how yet, not until I wore the bikini and was standing on the hotel balcony. I was just there, adjusting the straps, knowing full well that the guy at the pool bar had been staring for a solid 5 minutes. Noah was inside, lying on the hotel bed, scrolling on his phone like nothing in the world could bother him. So a thought formed in my head. Why don't I use that opportunity to tease Noah and see how loud his actions would speak? So I quickly went inside the room, grabbed the hotel robe, put it on, and then I approached Noah and told him, "Let's go to the pool." He glanced up, gave me a once-over, and then, without any flicker of emotion, asked if I was sure, as if I was the one who was acting weird and reserved. I just huffed and said, "Yeah." And so we went. I paraded around, letting the sun hit just right, while mentally engaging myself on how my plans would play out. When I had a full picture of what I wanted to do, I seductively removed the robe I was wearing, revealing my tiny bikini that made me practically naked because it was barely there. Noah got lost for a moment, then blinked several times and looked around to let me know that we had an audience, as if I didn't know that fact. Then, I sweetly told him to shut his mouth because I knew he was about to say something stupid. I told him not to be a boring boyfriend for once and enjoy our vacation. Then I entered the pool and adjusted my top more than necessary. I made sure he saw the guys looking. I made sure he saw one of them smirking at me, but Noah did nothing. He just sat there, and then slowly his face began to tighten up. Those guys licked their lips, giggling and smiling foolishly while making hot remarks about my body. As much as I wanted to get a reaction from Noah, I loved the attention I was getting from the other guys. So I started shaking my ass and twerking to the music that was playing, doing all seductive stuff. But Noah's face became tighter like he was warning me to stop, but I didn't. The other guys were complimenting me, and I needed Noah to make that one power move and claim me. I wanted to prove he wasn't a coward and show through his actions that he loves me and he can do anything for me, no matter the circumstances. But he didn't get the memo. That's when I let one of them feel my ass as he moved closer to me. Just then, Noah got up, and I was happy, thinking my boyfriend was finally going to take charge. But he disappointed me when he didn't approach me. He just walked past the pool, and I got out of the water and followed him. When we got to the hotel room, he asked, "You wanted a reaction, right?" I didn't even have time to process before he grabbed my jaw and tilted my face to look at him. His eyes weren't calm anymore. They were dark and slowly burning with anger. He didn't look like the Noah I knew anymore, and my heart was beating faster than I could bear. Then he said he doesn't get jealous over insects buzzing around what was his. He said he gets angry when his girl acts like she forgot who she belongs to. Then he released my face and said that right then he was angry, and that meant he was done with me. "Pack your stuff and go join the other guys in their room," he said. Honestly, I was shocked, but I wasn't going to let him have his way. I had always let that happen, but then I wasn't going to let him do that anymore. So I argued with him, and I told him he was overreacting. Then he said that there was nothing like overreacting, and that I should have thought about the consequences when I did what I did. "How do I expect him to drive away the attention of other guys when I am the one who invited them? I'm not the kind of girl a guy should fight for," he said. That particular statement broke my heart. I started crying. Noah ignored me, packed his bags, and left the hotel. I was so bothered and felt sick due to that. I got back to town the next day and went to his house. When I knocked, he opened but didn't let me in. He told me to state my reason for knocking on his door. I told him that I was tired of us fighting, and he said he was tired of me acting like a fool all the time, and he would always be tired. That's why I should turn back to wherever I was coming from, while he was still being nice. Then he shut the door. I just stood there, crying and begging him, but he didn't answer me. I took a walk of humiliation back home, and on my way back, it was raining. I got soaked and became sick the next day. I texted Noah that I was sick and needed him around me, but he didn't answer. The next thing he did was to block me. I couldn't reach him anymore unless I went to his place, which he would greatly not welcome me. This is just funny because I don't see anything wrong with what I did, and even with his stupid reaction to it, I still want him back in my life, and I don't know what to do. He should apologize while I still haven't changed my mind, because I don't see anything wrong with teasing my boyfriend. I really don't understand Noah at all. Update. So I read through some comments and I was able to see that the situation was partly my fault though, and I have thought carefully about it. Trust me, I stayed up all night to carefully analyze the situation since I was very disturbed. I really love Noah. I really do. I don't even know what life would be like without him. I am not ready to stop having access to some exclusive things in life because I am no longer his girlfriend. I can't afford all those things, and I'm already used to them, so there's no going back or taking a step backwards. Noah treated me nicely, and if he had fixed that one trait that was lacking in his life, he would have been the perfect boyfriend ever. But I'm still grateful for his affection and care. With all these thoughts in mind, I decided that I'd apologize to Noah. Maybe I took things a little bit far, and hopefully everything will be resolved. But then, Noah had deleted all our pictures together on his social media and changed his relationship status to single. That really messed with me, but still, it didn't stop me from trying to see how to